Happy Tears Day. Let's talk about Fehu. Now, if you're following my Runic Journey, I hope you are, obviously please subscribe, like if you enjoy the content. For the past week, I have been bound to a rune of Fehu, seeing how I connect to it or it connects to me. And I am not disappointed. Obviously it has some varied representations, and what you may choose to display or feel is your wealth, or luck or prosperity. And that for me sort of reflects on just having had a summer moot with good friends, family even, and a general feeling of well-being within a community, an expanding community that goes to include sort of new friends being made, as well as longer standing friends. I suppose as this is a reflection video, there are things to reflect on that include sort of what have been some almost difficult decisions to make in the past year or so, taking the path that I have taken. And I can always say and acknowledge freely that there are some decisions that have been hurtful to make, that have basis in hurt, and at times I can say that I may well have questioned myself if I've made the right decisions or not. However, as I sort of look around my life at the moment and how it's been since those decisions were made, they were the right decisions to make. Obviously, you're always going to sort of say, do you follow the words of the High One literally or use them as a guide? As I was saying recently, there's a certain amount of, to quote the Pirates of the Caribbean, it's not so much a code as more of a guide, or not so much of a rule book so much as a guide, or perhaps even more recently when talking about sort of the 9 noble virtues and them coming into conversation, as they do quite frequently, that there's only one noble virtue, which is don't be a dick. I think personally it's more and more trying to be a better person, which obviously sometimes really includes having to make difficult decisions. It's easy to pander to, I don't know, especially social media or social pressure, because it doesn't have to be social media. Obviously, you can be in a group of friends and it be sort of challenging to say the right thing when you know that the right thing will not be received very well. That's a tough call on anyone. A lot of the time, and sort of being that person to say that thing because it needs to be said is something that people, when they do it, should be respected for, even admired. So I think really when I sort of look back, and Fehu allows me sort of the comfort, I suppose, to feel this, is I do have a wealth of kin or kindred and friends that weren't necessarily in my circles before following this path. People that were in my circles before then are the people that I value very much and enjoy a continuing friendship. And things just sort of, I say, there is a prosperity. And look, I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. It's perhaps I'm focusing on one thing more than the other. I don't know. If you look at some of the sources, through making the effort to create a good reputation for yourself, you may forge a better luck. Your weird is sort of likely to manifest better in your favour. And I suppose really that brings us around to sort of the words, the verses that get said at a funeral, and that about sort of a person survives through their reputation. And whether you are lucky to have a good reputation or not, which really connects to the prosperity of, say, not just financial. Well, obviously financial prosperity is good, but it's the wealth in the people you have around you that matters far more. But obviously money is good to have as well. So I do feel very positive. Obviously there are always little shadows lurking on the edges of your periphery vision or sort of concerns. But then I also try to listen to other wise words within the Hover Mole, that it's not worth losing sleep over problems that you can't do anything about until they're directly in your path. If they come into your path. Obviously you can look at some problems and they might look like they're going to be your problem and then veer away to be a problem elsewhere. I'm probably waffling a bit now, so I'll stop there and say thank you very much for watching my video. Please hit the like button, please comment if you have something to say, and I will see you tomorrow when we'll be taking footsteps into uncharted territory. Let's be careful out there. Thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.